when I am in my arms. Soothed my inner child as she cried in my arms. Reassured her, accepted her, forgave her, loved her as she doubted to love herself, and most of all, protected her. For lack of protection is what led us to this very moment. I don't scorn the ones that were supposed to protect me, for truthfully, everyone did what they could with what they had at every moment. Emmanuella cries that they could have done more or less. It couldn't have been that hard. I remind her that we also could have done less or more, but with what prior knowledge and with what strength? Strength. It takes strength now for Ella to forgive Emma as we embrace Emmanuella. Letting parts of letting parts like guilt and fear go only stands at the tipping point. Ooh Lord. Only stands at the tipping point. Reassuring her that guilt and fear no longer define us. It takes strength now for Emmanuella to forgive the pain caused by others just as much as it takes strength to forgive and accept the pain I've caused to others. It takes strength to wake up and choose to forgive, not in order to forget, but to accept. Alas, only love can feel and garner this type of strength. Not fear, not guilt, but love. Only love knows how to accept. Only love knows when to give and when to withhold. It is what we do now within love that matters. It's how we acknowledge and embrace accountability. It's in how we take care of the people around us. It's in how we choose to show the act of love. It's in how we took over 6 months to form stability within ourselves. The show must go on. It's in how we acknowledge and embrace accountability. It's in how we choose to show the act of love. It's in how we take care of the people around us. It's in how we took over 6 months to form stability within ourselves. Also, we can put our authentic foot forward and love without a second thought. It's in how the love and care inwardly felt is reflected outwards. I want to continue loving my friends. I want to continue loving my siblings. I want to continue loving a stranger in the way I wake up and choose to continue loving myself. I am both my past, present, and future formed into one. Only I truly know my past, even the parts forgotten and the parts felt. Only I can envision my future, even the parts unbeknown. Only I can feel my present, even the parts under the layers that still require chipping by the hour. But minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, decade by decade, I will stay here, still in present, manually choosing the act of love every single time. Today, as you were watching this video, this is gonna be my second poem of this video. You hear the ice cream truck in the background. It's so fucking cute. But this poem is called My Sexuality. I actually did a video by itself on my channel when it had came out. But I'm going along and pairing it with this, you know. That being said, when it comes to my sexuality, people have accused the devil on behalf of my heart, using excuses of gods and religions to stifle the love that seeps out of me, simply to use as a distraction, averting. Girl, it always wants to do this once I'm like on my Zoom. But nonetheless, averting from the guilt and shame that internally sits at the depth of their stomachs and at the core of their hearts, making it unable to truly love themselves in a way that they deserve, which in turn makes them unable to accept the love that others authentically show up in. Dawning upon the realization that it's a them problem, furthermore reflecting outside in. As for myself, I will continue to love with the heart that God gifted me, reflecting the unconditional love from inside out. Luke chapter 10 verses 16. Then he said to the disciples, anyone who accepts your message is also accepting me, and anyone who rejects you is rejecting me, and anyone who rejects me is rejecting God who sent me. If you are moving from love, then you are moving from God. EMK. So that was our poem, Sexuality. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, but there's a whole array of things I want to do based off of it. I don't tie my personality to my sexuality. I just feel like I was born on this earth and I happen to be a free soul that literally likes anybody, everybody. Gender isn't a quality when it comes to, oh, do I like this person or not? And that is not a crime. Yet I have definitely grown up in a vicinity that it was a crime, you know, but only because people have been bamboozled, people have been lied to, people have been deceived. And as someone who is named Emmanuella, God is with me ever since the day that I was born. It literally says God with me, God with us, all of us. It is about time for the truth to come out. So let me not make this too long. This is the poetry number 2. Continue watching for the third one. Okay. Let me pause my girl real quick. Let me pause my girl. Let me pause my girl Davina real quick, okay? Hi, it is Emmanuella. This is the last part of this video. And we are gonna be speaking. Let me pull her up. This episode, or this poem, I'm not even saying episode. This poem is called Perspective Change. I am currently at my school, my university's, I love calling it university. I'm currently at my university's library, and yeah, enjoy. Okay, so boom, I'm going to be reading off of my screen, so I might give you guys with different angles, who knows. I actually like this angle. We're gonna stay in this angle, hearts and kisses. That being said, Perspective Change, a free-form poem. Instead of just detaching, another number is added to the equation, focusing on me so much so that whatever you do that might potentially affect me no longer affects me. For the simple reason that I am head first and steadfast into who I aim to be, into who I aim to not be, and why. It's all in the why. Why I feel this way. Why it commenced. At this very moment. I have no idea where the accent is coming from. A focus so precise and filled with thoughts of me, I can't even fathom what you might have to say. Of course I'll be praising. I'll be here and take it in as what you say. I'll be here and taking what you say, but it will no longer perish me because I have dwelled into why it perished me in the past. Instead of seeking change from the elephant, I changed myself. I change my approach. Who am I to call out the misery that affected me and claim a change when I could have changed myself and been? It's all been. When I could have changed myself and been figuring out why that misery had an effect on me. My triggers now become a weapon into self-reflection. A guide to see where the hurt started, where the hurt began, so I can then loosen the grip and console her and tell her that this is no longer the case. It doesn't have to be like that anymore. We know we deserve more, so do, show, and believe in more, vibrate in more, and watch the triggers fall away. Now, next time misery comes knocking on the door, a trigger is no longer accompanied by it. If the people around you can't change and you're forced to be around them, change yourself and they will fade away. Amen. Me after every poem, no, because every single poem is really a prayer. A poem is a prayer. It's words that come directly from your soul and form themselves in a beautifully, perfectly put 360 artistic way that without my soul, I cannot imagine me creating it. And then that brings up AI, right? But that's a topic for another day. I hope you enjoyed my poem, Perspective Change. I hope you enjoyed this whole entire video where I went ahead and changed the format, put 3 poems into one. Ooh, not the lip crust. But nonetheless, I'm just a girl, and I hope you enjoy this girl's poetry. And yeah, I love you. Bye.